Welcome back in. It's another edition of Inside the Tornado presented by Walk-Ons. Today, our guest is our head coach of our bass fishing team, David Tolbert. David, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, appreciate it.
So you've been bass fishing for over 20 years. You've won several tournaments. Tell us how you first got into the sport and what you love about it.
Basically, whenever I was a kid, my dad used to take me fishing on the weekends, stuff like that. Sometimes he'd sneak me out of class in school, in elementary school and stuff, to go to the lake whenever the smallmouth were on the beds. It's always what we look forward to.
Well, you grew up in this area, graduated from King. You were on the first bass fishing team in King history. So tell us about your decision to take over as the head coach. That was about a year ago now.
So, it's pretty cool to get the opportunity to come back and do something, work with something that I actually helped start. I brought the idea ahead whenever it first come about, the bass fishing and stuff. So, whenever I got the opportunity to come back, I was like, hey, I'd love to come back and build on what I started. So,
well, for those who haven't competed in a bass fishing tournament, walk us through what a weekend looks like for you, and maybe not this last one.
So basically, the start of the week, usually 2 or 3 days of practice, and then sometimes, depending on what it is, you'll have a meeting beforehand, the night before the tournament. Just go over tournament rules and registration, all that fun stuff. Then after that, basically tournament morning, you're waking up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, getting to the boat ramp to beat the big old line to get in the water. Sometimes you have to wait. If it's got a small ramp, you're going to be there a while. But other than that, basically you hang out on the water in a big old crowd until they do blast off. They'll call over the intercom or something like that. And you just go out by your boat number, stroll by. They check your live wells, check your kill switches, make sure all that stuff works. And then from there, basically just go fish, best 5 fish. Unless you're doing a big bass tournament, then you'll get the biggest bass that you catch, bring it in, weigh it. And then basically it's a daylight to 3 o'clock, 2:30, somewhere in there, wherever they set it. Then you just come back in, weigh them in, and if it's a 2-day tournament, do the same thing again tomorrow.
Well, and in some cases you end up in 3 hotels in one night, right?
That's right. So, you never know.
Well, your team has competed in several tournaments here over the fall and just wrapped up the national championship down in Florida. Fill us in on some of the highlights of your season so far.
So far, our biggest highlight is Trey and Landon. They went down to Chickamauga, finished third in the Carson Newman ACA collegiate tournament. So, that's big. We do have a lot of stuff coming up. But so far, we just fished at Kissimmee. We just fished at Harris Chain last weekend. We did all right, not too bad. But this weekend we fished a Toho National Championship. We actually just finished that yesterday. Day 1 was canceled because of high winds, inclement weather. So they, instead of a 3-day tournament, they had a 2-day tournament. I think we ended up 52nd, Landon and Hunter, and then 85th was Tyler and Dylan. Coming up this spring, basically we're going to hit it off Lake Murray. We have that coming up on 26th, 27th, and then Clark's Hill, February 1st and 2nd, and then April's jam-packed. We have I think 5 or 6 tournaments in April. So
you guys are going to have a busy spring here. As he mentioned, he gave you all the details you needed on all the tournaments, but you can find even more information on our website, kingtornado.com. Select our bass fishing team and learn all you want to learn about their roster and their upcoming schedule. For Coach Tolbert, I am Chris. This has been Inside the Tornado presented by Walk-Ons. See you next time.